Hello everyone, and welcome to another behind the scenes video. Today I'll be showing off my Brendam Docks set. Brendam Docks is one of those sets that I've built several times, and every time I do it looks completely different. But, you know, that's just how it goes. So, I built this almost 2 weeks ago, and then I was upgrading it a little bit, and then I got sick and couldn't do anything. And then eventually I finally got around to filming on it once I was better after a little while. So, just waited some time and it all worked out in the end. So the idea was to film this behind the scenes video before filming stuff, but I was just tired and I didn't. So Classified and I filmed a ton of stuff on this set. Not exactly everything I wanted to get done, but there were compromises. I wanted to get No Sleep for Cranky done, but I was just tired and I was like, let's just do these two shorter episodes, because the scenes that Brendam's at, it's very short. One of them is just 2 shots. Arthur is over there, and then Bill and Ben. Those are the last 2 we did. Because Something Fishy, Brendam's only on screen for 2 shots, and then the scene with the rock crusher from Bill, Ben, and Fergus is pretty short, so we just ended with those. But we managed to get Salty's Secret, Percy's Chocolate Crunch, Harvey to the Rescue, Gordon Takes His Tumble, the daytime scenes at least, and Thomas and the Jet Engine. There might have been one more, I can't remember. Oh, a Middle Engine, right. And the Fogman, actually. The first thing I'm going to address are these wet spots. Those are from those 2 episodes. From this thing, my fog machine. I've had this since 2014, and honestly, it's time for a new one. It does not work very well. We were filming Middle Engine. There's the scene where James and Percy stop on this line and James gets all mad and he makes a bunch of steam, so I used the fog machine for that. Well, I had camera and she had the fog machine, and it just wasn't really working that well. It took some time until we got that shot and we were satisfied with it. The hardest one was the Fogman. There's one shot where the narrator's like, the first fogs had begun to roll in, and we just see the docks empty and Big Mickey kind of turns that way. So I was turning Big Mickey, and she had the fog machine, but it just wasn't working out well. This entire section of the docks was ripped up just so we could position it in different places, and it was just all over the place. But did several takes, and it came out well in the end, but it was just kind of a pain to get the whole thing done. That one shot especially. I guess the fog machine in general was a pain, so I'm looking into getting a new one. I dropped this once many years ago and it hasn't been the same since. So it just kind of leaks out the sides and bottom, which explains these spots here, which I thought would be dry by now, but I guess not. So that's that. Enough about the fog machine, let me show you some other things. I talked about these lights last time, but I don't believe I showed them off much. Actually, I don't think I talked about this thing at all. I just put them on the table now. They're short enough, or they can be, to where I could just put them on the table out of shot, and it works pretty well. There's still shadows, of course. Big Mickey casts a huge one, but they work out well. Sometimes they're on the set, sometimes they're off the table. Whatever needs done, really. So, yeah. This isn't much of a Quest 89 behind the scenes video. There is like a scene I have to film on this set for an episode, but that's it, really. Most of the stuff that I will be filming takes place over that way, and I didn't build that part of the set because it's empty. In terms of the set, though, let's look at that. So, over here is the shed I made from No Sleep for Cranky that gets knocked over. It has some holes in it. Because, well, what had happened was I wanted to beef up the Brendam set because I knew that Classified and I would be filming a ton on it. So I made this little Brendam warehouse. And then I made Big Mickey. And then I made SS Rockstar. And then I made 3 pieces of water. And then I made this shed. And then I made another shed. It's on the ground, actually. Let me grab it. Then I made this shed. So, you know, did I get carried away? Possibly. Oh well. I'm gonna use these assets a lot, so it doesn't really matter. But this shed came out nice. It has these Lego supports I made for it, so it can fall down. but we didn't film that episode because I was just tired. So, did film other episodes that it appears in, the only other two, because once that shed gets destroyed in No Sleep for Cranky, it's actually never rebuilt, and we never see it again. At least at Brendam, it's in other sets, but, you know. Got some other buildings over here. This one here I got at a train show, well, not a train show, a flea market in November, I want to say. It was in okay condition. I had to clean it up a bit. This right here, this bit was very jagged, so I sanded it down. And then all of the doors and windows were looking meh because they were just with tape. So I added clear plastic inside for all of the windows and doors, so it's nice and shiny. There was a railing right here on the steps that broke off, but I didn't feel like fixing that. Here we have a traumatized workman. Another one just snoozing on the job. Another building I don't think I added anything to this one. No. I just painted some details on these sides, and that thing there broke off. Here's the shipping company building. I made this a few years ago. It's very unimpressive. The most thing on this set, because everything gets better the further left we go. But it's fine. I changed up the shape last year, and then just painted the red bits on, so it looks a little more accurate. You don't need anything special for the shipping company building. Just like a big green box is good enough for me. A couple boats back there in the water. So that water there is actually planks of wood. You've seen it before in videos. There's just planks of wood I throw up for retaining walls. And mostly for my water, I use clear wrap, this stuff, on a blue sheet that's buried under a pile of stuff right now. And the thing is, I would have done that, but as you can see, the water's over there by the sky, and then the sky would have to come down over it. It also wraps around. I could have probably just put the sheet down first, and then put the gray one over it, but I didn't want to deal with all that, you know, so I just made these water sections, which I can reuse again for walls, and just, you know, flip them over, and I can use them for rivers and stuff, if I just, you know, position them strategically. So, you know, it's no big deal, it's gonna work out. They're just painted dark blue with a little bit of light blue mixed in, and then Woodland Scenic's clear water on top. We just have some boats, Bulstrode. There's Cranky. Cranky was interesting to work with. There were several times where we had to film on that side, so like Cranky's perspective. And for a lot of shots where Cranky had to lower something, we just got rid of him entirely out of the shot. Instead of using the cranks, we just held him and then dropped him down like that. And it worked out pretty nicely. Filming Thomas in the jet engine was a bit difficult with him trying to hold up the big metal jet engine, but it all worked out. We just have Arthur from Something Fishy. There's another salt van, I don't know where it went, but there were two in the shot. Salting some flatbeds, Bill Ben, and the Rock Crusher, well, Rock Crusher car. I think it's just, is it called that actually? I don't know. I thought it looked like the Rock Crusher conveyor belt car. They made a Trackmaster Rock Crusher, and I thought about buying it just for that remake, but I don't want to pay for it. I do plan on remaking these full episodes at some point, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I just wanted to get all the Brendam stuff out of the way, so I have like a few clips to do, and then I have other videos I want to make on this set too. So, right here is the Vickerstown Bridge building, because one of these, this exact same building actually goes next to the warehouse in Season 6 onward, I believe. It's not the same color, but this is the Season 6 version, by the way. And Season 7, but there's only slight differences, so. The biggest difference I could find is this shed right here. In Season 6, there's like a black shed like that right here. And then in Season 7, there's one over the tracks. Here's Brendam Warehouse. It's pretty small. I didn't want to make a huge one. It is big, but you gotta think about space when you make these sets. Because, you know, I can either have a big, grandiose, you know, super cool, detailed Brendam Warehouse, and then it's, you know, from here to here. and then the entire rest of the set has to be changed because of that. So if it's a smaller building, then I can fit more buildings and stuff just there in general. Like this right here, the take and play warehouse thingy, whatever that is. It's from like a lifting loading set. It's Thomas and Duncan. It's nice. Right there is where the coal stage goes, and I really want to make a coal stage one day, but it's big, so I'd probably make a smaller version. So that fits as a nice placeholder for now. The track just loops around. Over here we've got a happy hook that I repainted a few years ago, shed, and then the crane from the coal station. Right behind them are a bunch of boats. They were scattered about all over the place when filming, but they were moved for a few instances, just to, you know, add some variety. Now, I skipped over him, but I'm going to talk about him now. Not all of them, just some, because I'm going to do a custom showcase at some point. But here he is, Big Mickey 3.0. Very satisfied with how this guy turned out, and it's so much better than the old ones I've done, in my opinion. It's very hard to do with holding the camera, but he does rotate all the way around. He gets stuck sometimes, but that's pretty rare. There's a winch from a Mega Bloks Halo Warthog. I wanted to use a Lego winch because those are longer and better, but that's what he has for now. I do have a string and a magnet that I had originally, but I don't know where it is. I've lost it. But the base is the same as the old Big Mickey, this knockoff Lego, and then this part of a cranky with cardboard added. That's all the same. Up here, from here on up, from the railing platform there, it's all built from scratch, all made from cardboard. I made this in about a week. The head is full of clay, and so is the back right there. And I'm gonna try and get it, I can't. There's a door on the back right there, both painted like the actual door, and it just opens up, because I have a weight in there. I have a bridge riser, so that can be open and closed, and I can take the weight out and stuff. So, it works out pretty nicely. Very, very satisfied with how he came out. Not entirely accurate to any version. It's mostly CGI, but there's elements of like the various Big Mickeys thrown in. Came out very nice in my opinion. Track loops around here. Just have the gantry crane goes up and down the track. Kind of, it gets stuck sometimes. Gotta space these out properly. There we are. And here she is, the SS Rockstar. I have another one that I made over here. I made a cardboard one way back when. I made a cardboard Vienna in 2016, and then I repainted it into a Rockstar in 2019, I think, for the early years collab. But I don't really need it anymore. I'll probably still use it at some point, but here's the SS Rockstar in all of her glory. I don't know what to say about it, really, because it's not entirely finished. The way I got this done in time was I just didn't do anything on the other side. You can't see it well, but I only detailed it on one side. Which is fine, you know, I might just not detail the other side because it's never seen on camera. It's always this side of the ship we see. It's always at Brendam and it barely ever goes anywhere. But it came out very, very well in my opinion. The stacks can be removable. They're on pretty loose, so I just have them taped in. This thing right here, I don't know what it's called, but it comes off. This gray boxy thing at the front. We have the railing. These little things, just details, came from a model boat that's from the stand holding it up. I wanted to make like the end bits of track, just little pegs there, like the kind on the back of the Soda Bay tugboat, but I didn't because I had two of those. Oh, it goes without saying that this is all due to Master of the Lemons tugs tutorial. That helped a lot with this. It's all removable too. this entire section here. And I've broken it. This entire section here comes off of the superstructure. The lifeboats aren't held in, they're just decoration. This back part with the mast comes off too. It's simple. It's a simplified version of the ship. Kind of like wooden railway style, I guess, but it's not entirely accurate. And then the cab section also comes off. So those are just held in by paper clips. Just made it removable so it's easier to work with, easier to paint. And I could glue them all down, but I like being able to take it apart. For whatever reason, you know, if I ever want to make another type of ship using the same hull, I can do that. So that's that. I think that covers everything though. I'm pretty proud of this set. We got a ton of stuff filmed, and I'm very happy with it. I'm going to be filming a lot more on this week, and then hopefully tearing it down by the weekend. So that's the plan, and then just keep on going with other stuff. I don't know when this will be out. This might be out on the 30th. I wanted to get 32 Part 2 done then, but more stuff came up. It's just very hard with school and everything. So I'm gonna have to probably push that back until May. It's still coming though. Like, I'm editing it right now, but it's just gonna take a while. It's gonna be longer than the first part. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you're probably gonna see Brendam a lot. But yeah, that's okay. Only thing I skipped was this piece of paper. I just do the little sketch of the set, and you know, it kind of came out that way. Warehouse, Brendam Shed, Big Mickey Shipping Co. The only thing missing is the coal stage, which I replaced with that warehouse over there, and the shed, which is over here, so it's meant to be destroyed. So that's that. That's Brendam. Very satisfied. Really like the set. Came out nicely. Got a lot done, so shout out to Classified for helping me get a ton of stuff done. She was a really big help. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you like Brendam, and I will see you again soon.